Hello viewers, welcome to Graves in Australia Diecast Salvage. In today's episode, my victim is a Corgi Toys Datsun 240Z or 240Z for our US viewers. So let's go over to the workbench and we'll have a closer look at it. Welcome to my workbench. Here we have the Corgi Toys, made in England, Datsun 240Z. It's a WHIZZWHEELS by the looks of things. Yes, a WHIZZWHEELS. It's nicely detailed down the bottom here. The tyres are a bit knackered. We'll see if we can't revive it. It has yellow jewelled headlights. We will try and save them, but I have not had too much luck in the past. But I do have replacement clear lights, so that we may have brighter lights. Again, as I said, the wheels we'll try and refurbish. If not, we will either replace the axles or we'll put a wheel swap in. The doors do open. The interior is not too bad. The rear tail lights are moulded in the plastic, which is the same colour as the roll cage. Don't know if that roll cage is staying just yet. I'm still thinking about it. Now the glass, the rear one has a crack in it. Yeah, it's a crack, not a scratch. That one's a crack. And the front has a big scratch in it right there. That will not be able to be buffed out. But now that we have my new weapon, we should be able to do something about that. So, the next part is disassembly, coming apart. So, what I'll use to pull it apart, I'll just stretch over you. So, I'll try not to knock you over. To disassemble it, I use the burr tool of a Dremel, and there goes my airbrush. And all I do is just go over the top of the posts, and we will separate. But I will save you the noise of that. And I'll bring you back when we have the top of the posts wallowed down. So we've used the burr tool to take the rivet posts off. So let's take her apart. Get my separating tool. There's our base, and if you remember beforehand, we had one tyre knot with no suspension. That's because it was tucked up the wrong way, and I don't think these springs are down where they should be. But then again, I could be wrong, but we now have suspension. Here's the rear bumper that we should be able to polish up. Here is the front bumper, and I think it's supposed to be a number plate holder, I'm assuming. That one we should be able to clean up. But just before we go on to anything further, we'll try and buff up the wheels. because there's a big chunk missing out of that. So we'll try our best to smarten up the wheels. If not, we will do a wheel swap. Now the interior. The interior looks like it's broken. We're missing half of it by the looks of things. And it ain't in the car. Alright, so we might fix that up. We may not. We'll see how I feel. But the seats need cleaning up anyway. And what else do we have? We have our doors. I generally like to leave the doors in if I can. In that, just see how that goes in again. Alright, there's our dash. And it's missing a steering wheel, so I'm going to have to hunt around for a steering wheel somewhere too. I did not notice that, but anyway, so to get the dash out, just pull up on bottom here a little bit and just give it a little tweak here and there, and out she comes, because you'll have these parts here tucking into the side. So the top part of the dash I will be repainting black. We may do some colouring inside out where our dials are supposed to be. It does have a radio in there. Let's see if she'll clear up. So there is a stereo in there somewhere. And now our glass, what's our glass going to do? Did I not say before there was supposed to be I thought there was a roll cage in there somewhere. Well, here are our tail lights, our red ones. So we'll see if we can't poke them out or get them out somehow. There we go. They just pull straight back out, which of course they also hold in our screen. That's nice. But I'll try and buff that out, but that's definitely a crack. That's a very deep scratch, and that won't buff out. So we might need to make a new front screen. We might just cut it across here, keep the back if we can buff that out, and just make a new front screen, undecided of that, and that leaves us in our top part of the car. Like I said, I would prefer to leave the doors on, in that usually if you're depending on the paint colour you use, a lot of times the paint is a slight shade different to the rest of the car. So that's why I like to paint the vehicles with their doors on, and we'll go from there. Anyway, I'll go and have a look to see if there was a roll cage. I'll go back through the start of the video, but I was going to get rid of the roll cage anyway. Alright, so what's next? Good question. You'll have to stick around and find out. Alright, it's Saturday morning here in Australia, and it's Friday night over in the UK, and you may hear some conversations as we're about to do our strippers. Don't tell the other taverners that we're here. So as soon as they come on board, we'll start doing our stripping. The important people are here, right? That's you, PJ, and me. We're the most important people. And by the way, be careful what you're saying at the moment, because you're about to be recorded. No. Because we're in that process of stripping. So you're at the stripper venue, guys. Well, is it? Yeah. So last week I didn't think I was going to be quite there yet. Well, yeah. So now that we're at the stripper venue, want to go for a swim? No, I won't, because that's why. Yeah, so I don't have a foot-long hot dog jar, but I have something that's a little bit bigger. I actually use a fire extinguisher, believe it or not. And yeah, so that I can. Yeah, so by doing it. If you pour in the crystals afterwards, you don't get the control of the explosion. Where we're doing it this way, I think you do. Anyway. Where's your older brother got to? I don't know. Meet some of the taverners. We have. You lost a bet, didn't you? Of course. I lost an argument with a lawnmower. Oh dear. All right, guys. We'll catch you when the vehicle has been completely stripped. I'll tell you what. Do a range of colours. Well, it's Saturday morning for me, Friday night in the UK. The background noise that you're hearing are the taverners. We're having our little drinkies, and I'm going to paint that. So you can listen to the chat in the background while I do this painting. So let's go. Where is it? Where is it? Adrian, you've got nothing to be ashamed of. My Batmobile's been going on for 2 years now, so much so that PB has done one in the shortest period of time. Let's be honest about this. They made the real one in a shorter time. Yes, they did. I might have that one up. Might be the week after, we'll see. I want to do it Batmobile, I want to get it right. So there was various things I wanted to try. I wanted to try the striping. So, J-Mo, you talk about the nail art stuff. Yeah. I've got the orange stripes. They wouldn't bond. So that went out the fucking window. So then I'll get the TV version of it. Sorry, I'll take a step back. Adrian, there's no correct way or wrong way of doing the Batmobile. Yeah, what was the nail art? Stripe bonds and stuff. I just wouldn't stick. With like the adhesive, the colour was right, but the adhesiveness, it wouldn't stick. It just peeled off. If it would have stuck, I would have done what
this automobile, and it's made up of so many parts, it's unreal. You can argue the toss about the wheels, right? Yeah. So those wheels, J-Mo, you've got knowledge on version of this. Go on. So I've got the wheels that have got the automobile logo in the middle of it. I've painted it red and I've painted it early version. It's the original version. The very first version was marked
we'll end the discussion and I'll finish the painting a bit later. So a few videos back, or one of my videos, I showed you how to, I was doing experiments with UV resin and using a mould to make a replica screen. We've done it that way, and we did it by putting plastic inside. Now, I had a sort of a light bulb moment, and this is like Martin Deer using dust from a vacuum cleaner to create the vinyl look roof on cars. So I'm thinking outside the box and using some cling wrap. We're going to wrap the car, and it might stretch because it's stretchy. It has stretched right across. So now we're going to go inside. Car's painted, so we're going to go inside because we shouldn't have any leaks. At least I'm hoping we've got no leaks. Just let the resin spread a little bit. Just make sure that the inside part of it's not on the and now get that stuff out the way. We're going to put it underneath the UV light. Now, talk amongst yourselves for the next 90 seconds. Actually, I'll do it for 1 minute. That's on the 60-second mark. So, I did it with this car once, and I had a look at it and I thought, geez, that'd be all right. But I didn't have the car painted. And I thought, well, let's try it with the car painted. And if it does work like I'm hoping it does, yeah, I think you'll find it interesting. So we've got 20 seconds to go. 18, 17, 16, 15, because it needs to cure for about 3 to 4 minutes. So that's the first round. Now I can pull it out, and I think we're on a winner. It definitely didn't come out on the outside. So I'll bring you guys back if I have success. Not if I have success. Whether I have success or not, I'll bring you guys back in a moment. Well, here comes moment of truth time. We've got 15 seconds to go. 15, 14, 13. I can't hear you counting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. So, moment of truth time. So when that sounds solid. And we take our wrapping off. I'll try and keep it in shot. because I'm thinking that this shouldn't disturb the paint because we're using Glad wrap. Moment of truth time. Oh, blow me down. There you go, boys and girls. I don't know whether it's coming up on screen properly from the light I'm at, but I'll do a Marty and say I'm happy with that, and a Rob with a thumbs up. Alright, I'm going to do the rest of the windows off camera, and we shall see you shortly. This is a reminder as to what we started with on this Corgi Toys Datsun 240Z. And here we are. Now is the reveal of our Corgi Toys WHIZZWHEELS Datsun 240Z. We have replaced the windscreen because it was rather cracked, and we've made a UV resin screen. We have repainted it, of course, to a lovely blue colour. We have given it a wheel swap, and I think these wheels look a lot better than the original ones. They are Corgi wheels from another vehicle, which I can't remember what it was. We have detailed the rear tail lights and indicators. We have put in rhinestone headlights. We've taken the old ones out. We're going to use them as spares for something else. Yeah, what can I say? It was a fun little build. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time on Graves in Australia Diecast Salvage. Bye for now.